This is a prime example of what I mean about the stitches skipping. So I learned on my SE600 how to go back. So right now it's saying finish embroidering. So, but obviously it's not finished. So I need to go back a few steps in order to fill in those gaps. And I'm going to show you how to do it. What I want to do first is clip off these extra ones and get them out the way. Basically clean up the design a bit so we don't have all these extra bits laying around. You can give me a second. Okay, now that I cleaned it up the best way I can, I can examine and see that right about here in the middle, it skipped a few steps. And so it's the left, the right, and the bottom 3-part of the clover that it missed. So I need to figure out on the machine, getting a little focus. I need to figure out where exactly do I need to go back. So if I hit OK, I have a total of 4,588 stitches for this design, and that there is my cruiser. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this little meter here, then I'm going to increase it by 100, and it's going to maneuver around the design. Now what I realized that the first few hundreds of stitches is the lay down. So what that does is keep the design. Ooh, my nail is dirty. Don't pay no mind to that. But what that does is basically tack the design down so it doesn't move around on your fabric when you're laying, when you're doing any type of embroidery style. Then it goes back and it starts to lay these top stitches, which gives you your solid look. So all of that you see underneath this design is the lay down, the underlay stitches. So I do know that I need to go a few hundred. So right now it's moving around. If you follow the cruiser, that's the underlay stitches is what it's called. So I need to keep going until I get back to that point. Alright, so alrighty, and if you look at the design as I go, so right about here it starts to look like it's starting to lay stitches. So what we had 2,300, so I'm gonna go about 2,400 because 2,400 is a little bit where it stopped at. If we go back, see it's going up. I think it got that action already. Right there, it got some of that. And it got some of that. So, and that is, I'm trying to make sure my machine doesn't pull. So that's at the 3,100. So if I keep going, keep going. So the last few stitches there, which is 3,500, is where it starts to get a little janky. So I'm gonna hit OK for that. And I'm gonna go ahead and say it's ready. So my foot is already down. I took the tension off the fabric so it's not pulling or hanging too much on the side. I'm gonna hit start, and then let's see if it starts to fill in. I'm saying that it's not laying, like the stitches are not filling in appropriately. There we go. The stitches are not filling in. So that gives me a reason that maybe I don't have any bobbin at the bottom. So I'm going to check the bobbin in just a second. Give me a second. I'll be right back. I already had some bobbin already pre-filled, and the bottom color really don't matter because it's gonna go in the inside of the jacket, so I'm not too worried about what it'll be seen. So let me load up the machine again and see if I get a good feel. Also, I want to be sure that I go back a few stitches. So if I hit this again, remember we're at 3,500, so I'm gonna go back another 50. So right there. And I think that's where we needed to start filling in. So if I look at the design, right up in here is where I needed to start filling it. Yep, see, that's the bobbin, the old bobbin there. I was using white at first. I'm gonna have to trim that up. But right up in there is where I needed to start filling in. So let's hope that I can get the design. Let me load up the machine real quick. So I'm checking the bobbin, and just as I assumed, there is no bobbin. Is there? There is no bobbin. So that's why I wasn't getting a good fill in. So I'm gonna fill this up and I'll be right back. The machine is laid back flat, no puckering. All the fabric is pushed to the side. And I have it set back at the 3500. It has to go to the 4588 to complete. So I'm hitting OK. And if you can see, the cruises is there. And I'm going to start it. Now my pressure foot and hit start. Let's see where that gets me. I need to go back because it's a little lower than what I anticipated. So what I'm going to do is jump back a little bit more. I need to raise the foot in order to do any editing. That has to be red. Then hit that little... Oh, and I also need to bring up the needle. So we're going to go back. So I had it set at 3500. We're going to go 3400. Let's go down to 38, and then let's increase it so I can get to, all right, 3404. That's good. 3404 puts me back there in the center of the clover. I think I kind of want to go back to 3300, truth be told. I was trying to, yeah, I think 3304 would be okay. A little overlap with the 4 would be fine. So I'm going to keep that setting. I'm going to drop my foot, and I'm going to, I should clean this up a little bit, truth be told. So let's see if I can clean this up. It's hard trying to record and you only have 2 hands and nothing to hold the camera, tripod. So all right, I'm going to leave that one down because that's a part of the thread. And I see that it went back, so let's hit start and let's see if it works. So it looks like it's about where it should have been. Yeah, so now it's starting to fill in how it should be. And if you guys can see that, let me know in the comment below. I hope this helps. It's definitely helped me. Learning how to embroider. I think that's the easy part because the machine does the work. But learning to, when you come into situations like this where, oh my God, it didn't fit in the whole design, or you ran out of bobbin and it continued on with the design and you have to go back and try to fill in those gaps. So, let alone, let's say you wanted to do a quick edit where you did want to fill in like a line or something, you'll be able to maneuver, go back and edit. I think it's just a matter of knowing which stitch needs to be edited. So depending on what program you use, I use ink stitch. Just watching how your design and like params for me, when I hit params, it shows me how the design will be stitched out. I think that what I'll get familiar with what stitches is what and how as the time goes by and I learn to use the program a little bit more. Right now I've only been doing solids, and I mean by just one color designs, but I definitely want to get into the designs that have more detail. So I'll come back once the design is finished so you guys can see, because I don't want this video to be too long. But as you guys can see, the design is definitely filling in the way it should be. It's finally giving me a full. What I'll have to do though, I need to watch and see exactly, because I don't want this this in here to get embroidered again. So I need to stand over and hover and stop it as soon as it finished filling in exactly where I need it to be. So once I learn how to do that, like how to tell the machine when to stop, or maybe my machine does not do that, but I believe that this machine is capable of it. I just have to figure out how to. In the meantime, I'll do it the manual way. So like right now, you see my finger is like ready to punch that green button to tell it stop as soon as it finished filling in. And when I tell you this SVG file is awesome. Like, oh, I should let it go one more round. Yeah, and it is done. So then I'll tell it to cut. And it's done, you guys. And in order to clear the design out of my machine, see, I had 4530, but it's 4588. So I only had a few stitches left, which means I caught it just in time to finish the design. So to clear out the settings, you hit back some more. Do you want to cancel the current pattern? Yes, I do, because I won't be using this design again tonight. I'm still trying to work with ink stitch. And what I'm going to do is unload the machine here. So I need to pick up my arm. And then this little presser, you press it and it releases the design. Slide it under, make sure I don't clash nothing. So I have some other patches on here that I was working out. And take a look at the design. And it's perfect. It came out perfect. I mean, I have to trim this, but that's fine. And I think that's a good looking clover. Don't you think so? Let me know. Bye.